I am back and I have figured out what was the issue and I have fixed it. So now when you play, you can have two things equipped at the same time, which is how we want it. However, now we have a new issue. And let me show you what that is. Equipment. He doesn't change animations. Oh, that one changed. But let's put it back and see what happens. Oh, he's still using this unarmed block. So let's take out his sword. Unequip. That's all good. He's punching. He's not doing a shield block. And let's put the sword back in. He's still punching. That's not good. That's not what we want. Let's see about the pistol. Still punching. Well, to fix that, first let me show you what I fixed in here. The short sword do not block parts, and the shield do not block parts, but the pistol and bow leave exactly as they were. But the shield, just block equipment viewer, not part. For some reason that prevents you from having extra things on. Don't know why. It must be something wrong with the Orc framework, but it doesn't matter because it works exactly as we want it to right there. And now, to get that to work on there, let's come down here. We have the Shooter Manager weapons, right weapon, and then we have the Melee Manager right and left weapon as well. So what we need is we need a script that sets those after they've been set once and unset. So I wrote two little scripts, one called melee weapon and one called ranged weapon. Now what this does, don't forget your usings, using Invictor and using Invictor V Melee. This looks for the V Melee Manager, the V Melee Weapon, and a bool for right hand or left hand. So in the start, this will find the V Melee Manager in the parent since it's going to the hand, and then the weapon, it will get the V Melee Weapon on itself. So this needs to be attached to a weapon to a game object with V Melee Weapon, and that itself needs to be attached to a game object with V Melee Manager, which if you follow along it will be. And I have a little debug here to let me know if something's wrong. And then if I set this to be the right hand, V Melee Manager right weapon equals weapon. And if it's not, it's V Melee Manager left weapon equals weapon. The ranged weapon is exactly like that, except we use the V Shooter Manager, the V Shooter weapon, and the Invictor V Shooter up here. So it's also R weapon and L weapon, not right weapon and left weapon. So that may confuse you at first, but remember the shooter is R weapon and L weapon, and the melee is right weapon and left weapon. So now that we have these scripts, we need to attach them to each of our prefabs. The short sword prefab, which is this one, will get the melee weapon script and click on right hand. I had already added them and deactivated them so you could see what would happen. The bow will get the ranged weapon, and it is not a right-handed weapon. The shield will get the melee weapon, and it is also not a right-handed weapon. And the handgun will get the ranged weapon, and it is a right-handed weapon. So now, with those scripts attached, let's see what happens. We have our sword and shield. That still works. And he blocks with the shield. Now let's go to equipment. Let's unequip them. Great, he goes. Everything's good. That's exactly how we were before, so nothing's changed with that. Now let's add our short sword back. Oh, we can see automatically goes back to that. But let's check the block. Yeah, he still does the sword block, which is how we want it. Now let's add the shield. Left hand, shield. And he should block with the shield, which he does. Swings, blocks with shield. Perfect. Now let's try getting rid of the short sword. See what he does. He punches and blocks with shield, which is exactly how we want. And with no shield, he blocks with his hands, with his arms. Now, let's see what happens if we add a pistol. Oh, look, he's gone to the pistol. You may have noticed that the UI did not pop up until just now. That will be fixed at a later date. For now, we're just getting the equipment in there. There we go. Now let's throw on the bow. And this is where we get our first error. Right there. Null reference. What is going on? That is a good question. Let's explore. Here is the script where we got the null reference. So CC is what it is, because that is the only thing that could possibly return a null right there. So if we come up here to start, we see that CC is finding third-person controller. Well, as you may recall, we instantiate the third-person controller at runtime. So this is not going to find it. So what we need to do is we need to put a little check in here. I'm going to put a new update. There is no update in this one. So this is the first time we're editing. I don't know why I put private in there, but I'll leave it. So this is a first edit we're doing to the third-person controller. CC equals null. I just come up here and copy this and put it there. I'm going to do the same for the TP camera, just to make sure. Anything that has a find on it, we'll do a redundancy check if TP camera equals null. And that's it. That is what you do right there. Now watch this. I will let it compile and start her up. Switch to the bow. that. There we go. And now it's gone. And we can shoot. We couldn't shoot before. Now we can shoot. We can just change sides and keep shooting. Till we're out of arrows. Their layer needs to be adjusted. So, oops. There we go, shooting arrows. In a later tutorial, I will be I can still pick these all up. It's nice, you can retrieve your arrows. I didn't know that. I learned something while teaching you guys. I haven't played around with this archery stuff too much. It's fairly new to the framework, and I'm quite pleased with it. And there you have it. Now you have basically made the Invictor framework work with the Okashi role-playing kit to some degree. We're still going to do quite a bit on this, but this is, I have one more little thing we're going to do today, but this one thing we're going to do in the future will be to set it so this stuff down here in the lower corner on the GUI here shows up properly, and it will not show the fist, it'll show the pistol. And also, so the bullets will be stored in ORC. So when you load and save games, it will know how many bullets you had in your inventory and in your weapon. But that will come at a later time. The last thing we're going to do today is we are going to set it up so if you see here you have 552 health and 88 MP. So MP is going to be our stamina. So we are going to set this up. I have this script here called Orc Bridge. Let me show that to you. You have to add using Orc Framework behaviors, Invictor, and Invictor V character controller. Public combatant me, public third person TPC, and then if me equals null, me equals component, get combatant game object. So this will get the combatant from the Orc framework, the combatant script, which is necessary for setting stuff. And then this will get the third person controller from the character. So this needs to go on the root with the same places. And then here is where it will shoot. Here is where we'll set it. Set base value int TPC max health. I have to change it to an int because TPC max health are floats, and we don't want floats, we want ints. So you have to declare it as an int here. Set base value, and then once that is done, it'll update in the update. TPC current health, and TPC current stamina. Now, let's see that in action. I've put it on my character and activated it. And now I am going to show you how that works, how that looks. There. Oh, no, it's not working. Why is it not working? Why is it not working, I wonder? Let's find out. Perhaps I didn't update my... Yeah, that's what happened. I did not update my thing, did I? There. Now it'll work. Forgot to update my prefab. Do not forget to update your prefab. There we go. 100 hit points and 200 MP, which is actually stamina. And now look, we go down and check. It's going up. So if we go down by stabbing stuff. And there you have it. You have basically set this up so you can use any character you want with third-person controller and Orc, have different clothes, have different weapons, and have Orc and Invictor talking to each other to a small degree. We have a lot more to do still before we are near done, but this is enough to get you started making your own together. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.